Every morning you have two choices: stay asleep with your dreams or wake up and chase them. The way you begin your morning sets the tone for your entire day and ultimately your entire life. In a world that constantly tries to wear you down, your first victory starts with your mindset the moment you open your eyes. This isn't about motivation that fades by noon. This is about building a powerful inner foundation. Here are 9 powerful things to motivate yourself every morning. Practical, soul-deep rituals to ignite your purpose, elevate your energy, and lock in unstoppable discipline. Number 1, start with a victory. Make your bed. The first few minutes of your morning are the most powerful moments of your day. They set the mental and emotional tone for everything that follows. That's why making your bed is more than just a tidy habit. It's your first deliberate win, a simple action with deep psychological impact. When you rise and choose not to scroll your phone or drift in thought, but instead stand up and organize your environment, you send a clear message to your brain: I am in charge. Making your bed may seem small, but it activates momentum, builds discipline, and gives you a sense of control in a world that's often unpredictable. Navy SEALs and high-performance leaders emphasize this practice because it creates a ripple effect. A tiny commitment kept leads to bigger commitments fulfilled. When your external space is in order, your internal world follows. Clarity, confidence, and calm begin to take root. This act rewires your brain to look for structure, accomplishment, and progress. Even if the rest of your day becomes chaotic or uncertain, you'll always have that first victory to anchor your mindset. You started with intention, and that changes how you handle setbacks. It cultivates a growth habit that says, no matter how I feel, I show up. That's the energy champions carry. Making your bed also enhances self-respect. It shows that you honor your space, your rest, your life. You become someone who takes pride in how you live, starting with the unseen, uncelebrated details. It may feel like a small act, but how you do anything is how you do everything. If you do the small things right, you'll naturally rise to bigger responsibilities with the same level of focus. Think about it. When you walk back into your room later and see a clean, well-made bed, it becomes a visual cue of order and self-leadership. In contrast, a messy bed quietly reinforces disorganization and procrastination. Success isn't found in grand gestures. It's hidden in small daily disciplines. And your morning habits are where it all begins. You don't need motivation to make your bed. You need a decision. You don't need 20 minutes. You need 60 seconds of clarity. That clarity can spark the rest of your morning routine, one right action leading to the next, like dominoes falling in your favor. It's not about being neat, it's about being ready to lead, to take charge of your time, to think clearly, to step into your day like someone who chooses progress over passivity. In the end, making your bed each morning trains you to look at life differently, not as something that happens to you, but something you're actively shaping, one choice at a time. You're telling your future self, I am the kind of person who finishes what I start. And that one decision repeated daily becomes a foundation for building unstoppable confidence, self-trust, and a mindset primed for success. Number 2, speak life over yourself. Affirm with power. The words you speak, especially to yourself, have the power to shape your reality for better or for worse. Every morning, before the world tells you who you are or what you can or cannot do, you must be the first to declare it with intention and belief. Affirmations are not just motivational fluff. They are commands to your subconscious mind. And your subconscious controls 95% of your behavior, habits, decisions, and emotion. When you wake up and deliberately speak positive, empowering words over your life, you're not lying to yourself. You're choosing the voice of purpose over the voice of fear. You're programming your mindset for victory, peace, and focus. If you say, I am confident, I am focused, I am built to handle whatever comes my way today, you're planting seeds that grow throughout your day. The energy behind your words becomes the energy behind your actions. The problem is, most people unconsciously affirm the negative. I'm tired, I'm not good enough, this day's going to be hard. and without realizing it, they become what they repeatedly declare. That's why speaking life over yourself must be intentional. You're taking control over your internal environment before the external world tries to distract or define you. Your voice is one of the most powerful tools you have. Say it out loud. Don't just think it. Declare it boldly. There is a different power when your ears hear your own voice declaring strength, purpose, and gratitude. Science shows that speaking affirmations activates parts of the brain linked to self-identity and motivation. It quite literally changes your neurological patterns. And when spoken repeatedly over time, affirmations help build resilience, calm your nervous system, reduce stress, and increase belief in your ability to handle life's challenges. They are anchors in the storm. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about shaping your response to it. Start each day with 5-10 intentional declarations like, I am disciplined and driven. I attract opportunities that align with my vision. I am calm under pressure. I am worthy of success. I have everything I need within me to succeed. You can customize these to fit your journey, but they must be positive, present tense, and powerful. Write them down. Stand tall. Say them while looking in the mirror. Speak like you mean it. Because when you speak with conviction, your subconscious listens. Over time, your brain begins to accept these declarations as truth, and your actions start to align. That's when real transformation begins, not because your circumstances changed, but because you changed. You no longer wait for outside validation. You become your own source of motivation. Speak life even when life feels hard. Speak power even when you feel weak. Because your words are not just sound. They're energy, intention, and identity. The more you repeat them, the more they become your reality. Don't let the world define your day. Define it yourself. Your mouth is not meant to echo the pain of the past. It's meant to declare the promise of the future. Every morning, before you check your phone or rush into your tasks, take a moment to speak life into your day, into your soul, into your future. And watch how everything begins to align with the power of your own voice. Number 3, move your body. Energy creates emotion. Your body is not just a vessel, it's your power source. The way you treat it each morning directly affects how you think, feel, and perform throughout the day. Movement is more than exercise. It's a message to your mind that you're awake, alive, and ready to engage. Most people don't realize that your emotional state is deeply connected to your physical state. When you move your body with intention, you generate energy. You shake off the mental fog. You break through the heaviness of stress or anxiety. You literally change your internal chemistry, boosting dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins. Those feel-good hormones that increase focus, positivity, and drive. Whether it's stretching, walking, dancing, doing push-ups, yoga, jumping jacks, or simply deep breathing while moving your arms, motion shifts your mindset. One of the most powerful principles of peak performance is this: emotion is created by motion. If you sit still, your energy remains stagnant. If you move, you activate life. You don't need a full gym workout or 90 minutes of intense sweat. You need just 5-10 minutes of deliberate movement. A short walk outside, a few rounds of deep squats, or a few minutes of stretching while listening to motivational music. The goal isn't perfection, it's momentum. When you move your body in the morning, you increase oxygen to your brain, improve circulation, and elevate your posture. And posture matters. Stand tall with your shoulders back and your confidence begins to rise. Walk like you're on a mission and your brain starts believing that you have one. That's the power of body language. It doesn't just communicate with others, it speaks to your own nervous system. Think about the days when you feel tired, unmotivated, or down. Chances are your body is still, slouched, or slow. Now think about the times you felt unstoppable. It's likely you were active, alert, and physically upright. That's no coincidence. Energy is not something you wait for, it's something you create. Morning movement is your secret weapon against stress, doubt, and hesitation. It puts you in a state of readiness, a state where your body supports your vision instead of dragging it down. And it's not just about fitness or weight. It's about life force. It's about waking up and saying, this is my body, this is my day, and I'm taking control. Movement also builds discipline. It teaches your brain that no matter how you feel, you take action. And when you train yourself to take action first thing in the morning, that mindset will carry over into every part of your life, work, relationships, goals. You'll stop waiting for motivation and start being the motivation. You become your own source of fire. So tomorrow morning, before reaching for your phone, before complaining about the day, stand up, stretch, breathe deeply, and move. Let the movement awaken your mind. Let it stir your spirit. Let it remind you that you are not a passive observer of life. You are a force of energy, direction, and purpose. Move your body, and your emotions will follow. Because energy creates emotion, and emotion, when channeled right, creates unstoppable momentum. Therefore, visualize the win. See it before you live it. Before every great achievement, there is a moment of clarity when the mind sees success long before it becomes reality. This is the hidden power of visualization, a tool used by elite athletes, high-performing leaders, spiritual masters, and visionaries alike. To visualize the win is to mentally rehearse your victory before it happens. Your brain doesn't fully distinguish between what's vividly imagined and what's real. That means when you close your eyes in the morning and intentionally picture yourself succeeding, walking into that meeting with confidence, finishing your workout strong, hitting your goals with power, speaking with conviction, or living your dream life, you are training your mind and body to believe it's already possible. And what the mind believes, the body begins to follow. The morning is the perfect time for visualization because your brain is transitioning from the theta to the alpha state, an ideal zone for reprogramming your thoughts and priming your subconscious. This isn't about wishful thinking or vague daydreaming. It's about focused imagination with emotional intensity. When you see your future with clarity and fill it with passion, your nervous system responds. You activate motivation, sharpen your focus, and generate belief. Close your eyes and picture your goals. But don't stop there. See yourself walking, talking, and carrying the energy of someone who's already won. Feel the emotions, pride, gratitude, strength, peace, as if it's already done. The key is to not just see it, but to be it in your mind. Many people struggle in life not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they've never taken the time to imagine a life beyond their current situation. Visualization breaks that pattern. It trains your mind to expect success instead of fear it, to attract opportunities instead of miss them, to act with courage instead of hesitation. It bridges the gap between who you are and who you are becoming. When done consistently, it becomes a spiritual rehearsal for your destiny. Every morning, spend just 3-5 minutes in stillness. Breathe deeply, calm your thoughts, and then visualize. Picture your highest self rising with confidence. See your goals written down and achieved. Imagine your relationships flourishing, your finances expanding, your health glowing. Hear the applause, feel the breakthrough, embrace the joy of progress. This act sets your internal GPS. It gives your mind a destination. Without a clear picture of where you're headed, you drift, but with a vivid mental image. Your brain starts filtering the world through that lens. It notices opportunities, solves problems faster, and builds habits that align with the future you've seen. Visualization is not magic, it's preparation. It's how warriors enter battle before the fight begins. It's how dreamers stay resilient when nothing around them looks promising. It's how you build faith in yourself and stay grounded in purpose. So make it a non-negotiable part of your morning routine. Visualize the win, not someday but today. See it with your mind's eye. Feel it in your heart, and then Step into the day knowing that you are not just reacting to life, you're creating it. One clear vision at a time. Because if you can see it, believe it, and feel it, you're already halfway there. Number 5, ask the right questions. Direct your mind. Your mind is constantly searching for answers, even when you're not consciously aware of it. The questions you ask yourself in the quiet moments of the morning, whether intentionally or habitually, will set the direction of your thoughts, emotions, and ultimately your actions. That's why one of the most powerful things you can do to motivate yourself every morning is to ask the right questions. The quality of your questions determines the quality of your mindset. Most people wake up and unconsciously ask themselves disempowering questions like, why am I so tired? Why is today going to be so hard? What if I fail again? And guess what? Your brain goes looking for the answers. It will find reasons to feel tired, reasons to dread the day, and reasons to fear failure. Not because those things are facts, but because your mind is trained to follow your focus. But now imagine waking up and deliberately asking yourself empowering questions. What am I excited about today? How can I grow from today's challenges? What's one thing I can do to bring myself closer to my goals? Suddenly your brain starts scanning for opportunity instead of obstacle, for growth instead of fear. These questions shift your focus from problems to purpose, from passivity to power. You take back control of your inner world before the outer world tries to hijack it. Every morning, your thoughts are like a blank canvas, and the questions you ask are the brushstrokes. Ask with intention, and you will paint a masterpiece of clarity, confidence, and momentum. This practice is not just motivational, it's neurological. Your brain operates through a mechanism called the reticular activating system, RAS, which filters information based on what you tell it to focus on. When you ask better questions, you prime your RAS to notice solutions, opportunities, and positive patterns. It's not about being unrealistically optimistic, it's about being mentally strategic. Life will throw its challenges at you, but the questions you ask will determine how you respond. When adversity hits, don't ask, why me? Instead ask, what is this teaching me? When doubt creeps in, don't ask, what if I fail? Ask, what would I do today if I knew I couldn't fail? Start your morning with 3-5 powerful questions that align your mind with your mission. For example, what am I grateful for right now? What does success look like for me today? Who can I positively impact today? What's one bold move I can make this morning? How can I live with intention and peace today? These questions train your focus on purpose, growth, service, and progress. And when your mind is focused, your energy follows. Remember, your thoughts are not random. They are directed by the questions you ask. So don't leave it to chance. Be intentional. Use your mornings to shape your mindset like a sculptor shaping clay. Ask questions that lift you, stretch you, challenge you, and align you with your highest self. In time, you'll notice that your days feel more purposeful, your decisions feel more intentional, and your confidence grows. Because you're not letting life ask the questions for you, you're the one directing the dialogue. And that's how mental clarity, emotional strength, and daily motivation are built, one powerful question at a time. Number 6, fuel with intent. Eat to power, not to escape. Your body is the engine that carries your dreams, and the fuel you give it each morning determines how well it performs. The moment you wake up, you're making a choice, not just about food, but about energy, clarity, and intention. Most people eat for comfort, out of habit, or simply because it's part of their routine, without ever asking, what does my body need to perform at its highest level today? But when you begin to eat to power your purpose instead of escape your emotions, everything changes. Your morning nutrition isn't just a physical act. It's a mental and emotional investment into how you want to feel, think, and operate for the rest of the day. Food is energy, information, and fuel. When you eat clean, nutrient-rich meals in the morning, such as protein, healthy fats, fiber, fruits, and hydration, you send a signal to your brain and body, I am preparing for performance. This intentional fueling improves focus, stabilizes mood, boosts metabolism, and reduces brain fog. On the other hand, when you grab processed, sugary, or empty-calorie foods just because they're fast or comforting, you create a crash cycle. Temporary pleasure followed by fatigue, distraction, and irritability. That's when your energy drops, your motivation fades, and your goals take a back seat. The truth is, every bite is either building your power or stealing it. So when you eat in the morning, ask yourself, is this giving me life or just giving me escape? Many people unknowingly use food to numb their anxiety or fill a void, especially in the morning when stress about the day ahead is at its peak. Emotional eating becomes a coping mechanism, but the problem is, it never truly satisfies. What your body craves is energy. What your soul craves is clarity. And both are deeply connected to how you fuel yourself. Eating with intent means taking a few extra minutes to choose wisely, to breathe before you consume, to hydrate with purpose, and to make decisions that serve your highest state. It doesn't mean perfection, it means awareness. Even drinking a glass of water right after waking up jumpstarts your metabolism, rehydrates your cells, and signals to your brain that you're stepping into the day with leadership. When you start your day by nourishing your body with foods that support your vision, you gain momentum in every other area. Your workouts improve, your thinking sharpens, your emotional resilience grows. You begin to trust yourself more because you're keeping promises even in small ways. That self-trust becomes confidence. That confidence fuels discipline, and discipline is what separates dreams from reality. So don't let food be an afterthought or an emotional escape. Let it be a tool for transformation. Let your breakfast be a declaration that you're here to win, not just survive. Fuel your body like someone who's on a mission. Choose foods that support stamina, strength, and focus. You don't need a fancy diet, you need intention. With every choice, remind yourself, I eat for energy, not escape. I fuel to rise, not to retreat. Because when your body is powered right, your mind follows. And a powered mind is unstoppable. Number 7. Read or listen to greatness. Feed your mind. Your mind is like fertile soil. Whatever you plant in it will grow. Each morning, you are given a powerful opportunity to choose the seeds. Will you plant negativity, fear, and distraction? Or will you plant greatness, wisdom, and clarity? One of the most powerful ways to motivate yourself every morning is to intentionally feed your mind with high-quality input. Books, podcasts, audio messages, speeches, or any form of content that lifts your thinking and elevates your perspective. Your thoughts determine your emotions. Your emotions guide your decisions, and your decisions create your destiny. So, the thoughts you feed your mind with in the morning are not just information, they are mental nutrition, and they shape how you show up in the world. When you begin your day by reading a few pages of a powerful book, or by listening to a voice that challenges your comfort zone and pushes you toward purpose, you activate your brain's higher centers. Curiosity, focus, and creativity. You begin to align with a frequency that's above the noise of the world. While most people are scrolling social media or consuming low-value content first thing in the morning, programming their minds with anxiety, comparison, and chaos, you can choose to rise above by immersing yourself in greatness. Read the words of those who've overcome adversity. Listen to those who've turned pain into purpose. Learn from those who think bigger, act bolder, and live deeper. When you expose your mind to greatness consistently, you begin to believe it's possible for you too. It's not about waiting for motivation to magically appear. It's about planting the mental seeds that grow into motivation. Even 10 minutes of intentional input in the morning can set the trajectory of your entire day. Imagine starting your day with the words of Marcus Aurelius, the strategies of high-performance coaches, the voice of a spiritual teacher, or the principles of financial wisdom. These ideas don't just stay in your mind, they begin to influence your identity. You start thinking differently, speaking with more confidence, and carrying yourself with more certainty. You gain mental clarity, emotional stability, and a deeper sense of purpose. What you consume is what you become. Just like you wouldn't feed your body junk food if you wanted energy and strength, you shouldn't feed your mind junk thoughts if you want clarity and success. Choose your mental diet with the same care you give your physical one. Keep a book next to your bed. Subscribe to empowering podcasts. Follow content creators who speak life and discipline into your journey. Make it your daily ritual to begin the day by aligning your mind with greatness. The content you consume in the first hour of your day has a compounding effect. It shapes your beliefs, habits, and even the way you respond to challenges. So ask yourself each morning, what does my mind need to rise today? Then feed it accordingly. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You rise to the level of your mindset. And your mindset is a reflection of what you allow into your mental space. Read or listen to greatness daily, and over time, greatness will echo back through everything you say, think, and do. Number 8, review your goals. Reconnect to the mission. In the chaos of daily life, it's easy to forget why you started, where you're going, and what truly matters to you. That's why one of the most empowering things you can do every single morning is to review your goals and reconnect to your mission. Your goals are not just a to-do list. They are reflections of your deepest desires, your purpose, and your personal vision of success. But if you're not consistently reminding yourself of them, they start to fade into the background. Days turn into weeks, weeks into months, and suddenly you feel lost. Not because you don't have goals, but because you've stopped seeing them. Reviewing your goals each morning is a sacred ritual that brings focus, alignment, and fuel to your soul. It's a reset button that reminds you of what you're building and why it matters. When you take just 5-10 minutes each morning to look at your written goals, short-term and long-term, you shift your mindset from surviving the day to intentionally shaping it. You don't just drift through hours hoping things will work out. You step into the day with purpose, clarity, and inner fire. This practice puts your dreams back in front of your face where they belong. You remind yourself that you're not just waking up to work or deal with tasks. You're waking up to build something meaningful. Whether your goal is physical transformation, financial freedom, building a business, growing spiritually, or healing relationships, seeing it daily keeps your mind aligned and your actions intentional. Every goal is a compass, but even the best compass is useless if you never look at it. When you reconnect with your goals each morning, you remind yourself where you're headed and why the little things matter. Suddenly that tough workout, that disciplined decision, that extra hour of effort, all of it becomes meaningful because it's connected to the mission. Without that daily connection, your actions become routine and your energy fades. But when your mind is emotionally tied to your vision, discipline turns into desire. That's the secret. People don't lose motivation because their goals are too far. They lose motivation because their goals become blurry. So bring them back into focus every single day. Use a journal, a vision board, sticky notes, or a digital goal list, whatever works for you. Read your goals out loud if you can. Speak them with conviction. Visualize them as already achieved. Ask yourself, what's one step I can take today that brings me closer to this? This daily check-in will spark new ideas, reignite your passion, and keep you emotionally connected to your future. And over time, the act of reviewing your goals becomes more than a habit. It becomes a mindset. You begin to carry yourself like someone on a mission. You talk differently, think differently, walk differently, because you're living with direction. Remember, The world will try to pull your focus in every direction the moment you wake up. But when you start your day by looking at your goals, you take that focus back. You start from a place of intention, not reaction. And that one choice, made consistently, separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Reconnect to your mission every morning, and your mission will reconnect you to the life you were meant to live. Number 9, speak to your Creator. Align spiritually. In the stillness of the morning, before the world awakens and the noise of life begins to pull you in every direction, there lies a sacred opportunity. A moment to speak to your Creator and align spiritually. This isn't just about religion or ritual. It's about connection, grounding, and centering your life on something greater than yourself. We often spend our mornings planning, rushing, checking our phones, and preparing for the demands of the day. Yet we forget to prepare the most important part of ourselves, our soul. When you begin your day by talking to your Creator, whether through prayer, meditation, reflection, or stillness, you invite peace, wisdom, and clarity into your life that no external source can provide. You align your spirit before you engage the world. Life is filled with noise, pressure, and unpredictability. If you're not spiritually grounded, it's easy to be swept up in anxiety, fear, and confusion. But when you start your day in spiritual alignment, you move differently. You're not reacting to chaos. You're flowing from a place of inner calm. You're not overwhelmed by tasks. You're empowered by purpose. Speaking to your Creator isn't about fancy words or long hours. It's about sincere presence. It's about opening your heart and saying, "Guide me today. Give me strength. Show me who I need to be." It's about recognizing that you are not alone, that your life has meaning beyond the surface, and that every step you take is part of a divine plan. Whether you call Him God, Allah, the universe, or something deeply personal, acknowledging the source of your breath is the ultimate form of clarity. It puts your worries in perspective. It reminds you that no matter what challenges you face today, you are supported by a higher power. You begin to walk not just with ambition, but with peace. Not just with goals, but with grace. Morning spiritual alignment is also a powerful way to release control. Many of us carry stress because we're trying to manage everything, outcomes, people, timing. But when you speak to your Creator first thing in the morning, you surrender the illusion of control and embrace the wisdom of faith. You say, "I'll give my best today, but I trust that what's meant for me will not miss me." That mindset relieves pressure and activates purpose. Spiritual alignment also sharpens your moral compass. When you're grounded in higher values, kindness, discipline, humility, integrity, you begin to live differently. You treat others with more compassion. You speak with more awareness. You act with more intentionality. Prayer or reflection anchors your character, and in a world that constantly tests your values, that grounding becomes your greatest strength. Your morning is rushed. Even a few minutes of stillness can change everything. Sit in silence. Give thanks. Ask for guidance. Offer your fears. Visualize divine light surrounding you.